The negative side of endurance training. Years and years of fitness advice has advocated for running as the best exercise. I mean, at the very least, it's good for your heart, right? It turns out that running actually causes a long list of long-term problems. Running long distance is detrimental to longevity. It takes away from our physical and functional capabilities, the same capabilities that help us to keep functioning in day-to-day life activities. Here are some of the issues that I see with running. Heart issues. It turns out that the very solution for heart disease could actually cause other heart problems. The heart, and any other body part or organ for that matter, gets worn out with heavy use. It's what you would call a U-shaped curve. No activity and your risk of heart disease is high. Too much cardio activity and your risk of heart disease is also high. There has to be a happy medium. Could it be perhaps that the longer our heart spends at a higher BPM, the worse? Maybe. However, I don't think that this means we should sit on the couch all day. Maybe we're supposed to be pushing ourselves hard for short periods of time, as opposed to a sustained, elevated BPM, beats per minute. Doing so with the intent of teaching the heart how to bring the BPM down efficiently by delivering oxygen and nutrients throughout the body more effectively. I'm sure that most of us aren't approaching dangerous limits, but we do have a choice. We have limited time and limited energy in a day. Are we going to put it towards improving our functional abilities or our endurance running capabilities? To me, endurance training doesn't really have a useful place other than potentially for pleasure, something you could also get from more effective training methods. As demonstrated by the two graphs above, the area under the curve is reduced for the high-intensity event when compared to the endurance event. What that means is that wear and tear is also reduced on the heart, since the amount of time spent with a high heart rate is actually reduced. Wear and tear. To add to the list of problems is the general harm that running does to your bones and joints. It's a shame that so many people reach old age and require knee or hip replacements. The list of issues includes hip damage, knee damage, lower back pain, aka herniated discs, ankle problems. All of this ultimately takes away from our abilities to live a healthy and long life. Sure, modern medical technologies allow us to extend life, but is the quality really there? We need to make smarter choices about how we spend our time, especially when it comes to exercise. Muscle changes. As a result of running for extended periods of time, the musculature changes. Running for endurance creates a shift towards slow-twitch type 1 muscles. These muscles are more oxygen efficient and allow for better stamina. Type 2 muscles, on the other hand, operate better under low oxygen conditions. They provide short bursts of energy rather than stamina. You can see the difference in these muscle systems by comparing marathon runners to sprinters. It's clear there's a difference. Which one looks better to you? The body adjusts its muscle composition depending on the types of activities it's experiencing. From a longevity perspective, wouldn't you favor strength and power over endurance? When you drop your keys at the age of 80, don't you want the functional strength to be able to pick them up? Unfortunately, endurance training doesn't help us work towards a functional future. The less we focus on strength and power, the more stress we put on our joints and bones, even if it is just once in a while occurrence. This results in undue stress that leaves us unable to do anything at an old age. The only benefit. I personally hate endurance training. I get plenty more enjoyment from short bursts of high-intensity exercise. However, even though the damage is undeniable, endurance events are great mental challenges. Anyone who's ever done a marathon knows how many times the brain tries to convince you that you can't along the way. Overcoming those mental challenges trickles down into everyday life. It makes us stronger people. If you enjoyed this article, you can find more at www.banafit.com. That's www.banafit.com. Thanks for listening.